Comets Hockey on MyTV Fort Wayne, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Set for second period action here in the Huntington Center, and the puck is dropped. It is drawn back to Scott Zarnazan, to Joel Chouinard, who sets up shop behind his own goal, and he looks for the breakout. Toledo was still 1 minute and 22 seconds of power play time. That was poked away briefly by by Kyle Thomas, who lost his stick. Now Jenks will ring it around the boards. Racing it is Kashirski. He tries to chip it out, but it's off the body of Sakura. Now it comes across Berschbach to Chouinard. Comes over to Zarnazan. Back to Chouinard, the one-timer, and that deflects off a player in front. 1 minute to go in the Toledo man advantage. 1-0 in favor of the Walleye. Zarnazan to A.J. Jenks. Back out to the point. And it's intercepted by the Comets, and a great play by Kashirski. And he will saucer it into the corner while the Comets go for a line change. Now 44 seconds to go in the Toledo man advantage to begin this second period. Jamie Shafsma in the penalty box for a delay of game. Berschbach with speed on the wing. Comes in, cuts in, tries to wrap it around in front. There's a shot and save that time by Pat Nagel. Jenks didn't get a lot of lumber on it, but it just knuckled right into the crease, and Nagel again there to smother the puck. He has been sensational so far. The shot advantage for the Walleye, 17-7. Nagel with 16 saves, and on the lone goal by Berschbach, 3 minutes and 9 seconds into the game, he really didn't have a chance. It caromed off the post. Sent the length of the rink. Now Lurg will leave for Prochnow, and he's bumped off the play that time by Embach, and that'll take a little time off the clock. Now up ahead, here it comes. Bo Schmitz crosses the line, leaves for Schala. Schala stepped into that time by Embach, who always finishes his check. Cross-ice pass to Schmitz, top of the circle. One-timer, and that's whistled wide by Prochnow. Shafsma comes out of the box, so the Comets stave off yet another Walleye power play. Hamonic looks to break it out for the Comets. Up ahead it goes. Embach, cross-ice to Shafsma. Shafsma, Embach with a quick shot, and it's deflected by Prochnow. Goes over the shoulder of Lurg. There's a shot from the point, sticked aside, but then it goes off a Walleye player and behind Lurg and through the goal mouth. That's off the glove that time of Drew Daniels. Collected by Leonard. Now Daniels spins in his own zone. Comes across to Curtis Leonard, who leaves for Daniels. He has to regroup. Cross-ice pass goes to Brock Montgomery, who just came off the injured list to play in last night's game in Indianapolis. That pass is too sharp, and that will be an icing call on the Comets. So Joe Perry went on reserve as he got hit in the foot with a big shot on the New Year's Eve game at the Coliseum. So Perry was a scratch tonight, Randy Cura scratch, and Brett Perlini is also out. He's been out for a while now with an upper body injury. Daniels circles behind his own net, serves it ahead for Montgomery, who chips it off the boards. Daniels was trying to lead a rush, and now he still will. He races in, tries to pinch the puck away from Lurg, who is out of his net. Oh, a shot came right in front, and Willett couldn't finish it. Leonard with a drive, and a good glove save that time by Lurg. So now that the Comets have an opportunity to play some 5-on-5 hockey, they're trying to carry the play to the Walleye. Well, when you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG Community of Care, Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going. Call 877-PPG today to find the First Care location nearest you. Parkview Sports Medicine, again a proud sponsor of Comet Hockey. Score! A shot from the point that went through a maze of players and deflected past Lurg, and the Comets have tied the game. Well, we'll see who gets credit for it. I think it was Will Weber who fired it from the point. And we saw the puck change directions, and the Comets have tied the game 2 minutes and 47 seconds into period two. Time of the goal will be 2:47, and the K's have tied the game. So brand new hockey game, Albergia and Jenks at center. Drawn back to Chouinard. Mears gets the goal, so he deflected it. And there's an icing call now on the Walleye. Weber and Southhorn get the assists. So Garrett Mears, who's been playing great hockey since his return from San Antonio, has his 8th goal of the season. Weber and Southhorn the assists at 2:47, and we are tied at 1. Just what the Comets were looking for here early in period 2. Choke off that Toledo power play and then put some pressure on and net one of their own. Again, a quick shot, gloved by Lurg. So the Comets, who were outshot 16-7 in period number 1, have quickly outshot the Walleye 4-1 here in period number 2. Kosierski in on the draw against Jenks. Kosierski again wins another faceoff. A broken Shillelagh lay on the ice, and Jenks is without a stick. See if the Comets can cash on that. A shot again right on and smothered by Lurg. So you can tell the Comet strategy has been throw some pucks on net. Good things can happen, and that certainly was the case when Weber just flipped that shot from the blue line. Mears got a stick on it and chipped it past Jeff Lurg to tie the game. Great early pressure by the Comets here in period number 2. What an addition Nikita Kosierski has been. And he wins yet another faceoff. That time Southhorn trying to step into it. Goes into a maze of bodies. And it's the K's dominating the pressure here early in period 2. Now Kosierski has to come back to the neutral zone. Southhorn across to Hamonic. Hamonic will just flip it into the corner, and the race is on between Schmitz and Kosierski. Chouinard will collect and feed it off the boards to Shalla. He's bumped off the play. Zombo takes the big shoulder from Southhorn. Maxwell steps into Jordan Southhorn. Talked about how the Comets controlled the physicality in the first period. Now Sidlowski giving chase that time on Dokken. Dokken will spin, leave it behind his own net for Bo Schmitz. Schmitz taking his time as he glides ahead. Then to Shalla on the left wing. Shalla puts a shot right on, steered aside by Nagel. Comets look for the breakout. Willett, that goes off a Walleye skate, and it's intercepted. Shalla uses a lob wedge to dump it into the corner. Leonard backhands it behind the net where it's gathered by Drew Daniels. Daniels crisply onto the stick of Willett, who wraps it off the boards, but they can't get it deep. So here's Leone. Leone comes in. That shot is deflected by Daniels, and that winds up well into this capacity crowd here at the Huntington Center. 15:19 to go in period 2, and we are tied at 1. If you just might be tuning in, Shane Birschbach scored his 7th goal of the season for Toledo, 3 minutes and 9 seconds into the game. And then at the 2:47 mark of period 2, Garrett Mears netted his 8th of the season to tie it up. Leone against Shasman. Leone wins the draw to Zarnazan. Zarnazan circles behind the net, looks to center. There's a one-timer by Nightingale. That goes into, again, a nest of players. Albergia rubs his man off the play as he steps into Kyle Bushy. Comets look to clear, but can't. Leone given a shove by Saul. Centers, too sharp off the stick, but back to the point. Just goes by the net. Mears comes cross ice to Embach, who has to circle back into his own zone. Takes a serious chop that time. No call. Obvious penalty that time on a slash by Leone that chopped the stick out of the hands of Embach, and no call. Comes back to the point, on they play. Wrist shot, just caroms wide. Embach with no stick tries to shove his man off the play. This can spell trouble. Look for the centering pass in front. Sol bats it away with the glove, and the race is on. Kept in by Zarnazan, but Mears steps into him behind the net. Weber bumps his man. Back to the point. Nightingale a low shot. What a great pad save by Nagel. Right in front, and that's chipped too high by Leone. This is almost like a Toledo power play. Zarnazan near the top of the circle, poked away by Mears. The Comets are going to get a penalty. It's going to be interference on Saul for basically just chucking Mingo into the net. But where was Andy Howard when Embach had his stick slashed right out of his hands? Wow. So it'll be a power play. Saul, 2 minutes for interference at the 5:55 mark of period 2. And the thing that's unfortunate about that from the Comets' perspective is all of that Toledo pressure was facilitated when Embach had the stick chopped right out of his hand, so Embach was skating around for the longest time without a stick. So the Comets have to try to choke off yet another walleye power play. That is flipped the length of the rink into the air by Southhorn. Lurg had to watch it whistle over his head like a flying saucer. Now Chouinard is chased out from behind his net by Shaftsma. Joel Chouinard to Zarnazan into the Comet corner. Southhorn chased by Burschbach, and Southhorn is able to clear the zone. That time Toledo was caught pinching in, and a quick play by Southhorn, who was looking for a change, but now retreats back to the blue line because he was afraid of a quick Toledo breakout. Jenks gathers the puck neatly, and the Comets able to clear again. Now fresh troops on the ice for the Comets, and Kyle Thomas with speed races in, knifes behind Lurg, behind the net, intercepted in front. There's a shot right on by Kashirski. Great pressure by the Comets created the Toledo turnover. Lurg with the save, but that creates a face-off situation. Still 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the Toledo power play. Well, whatever the conversation was in the Comet locker room during the intermission between periods 1 and 2, so far the Comets have taken to heart through the first 6 minutes and change of period number 2. Scott Zarnazan starts up center. Good pressure that time by Kashirski. Now Toledo penetrates the zone. Kashirski steps into his man, Dominic Zombo, and the K's able again to clear. So far, the penalty kill has been fabulous by the Comets. Now Kyle Thomas applying a good forecheck. He spins around to try to get back defensively. That's just dumped into the Comet zone by Prochnow. Nagel leaves for Hamonic. Hamonic rings it around the boards. Embach has it. Embach will lead the breakout. Now here come the Comets. Will Weber with speed. Weber fires a shot. Pad save that time by Lurg. Dumped ahead by Hamonic, but knocked down that time. And here come Josh Schala. Schala will look to center, but intercepted that time by Garrett Thompson. And Thompson tries to dump it to center. Prochnow bats it down with a glove. A quick line change. Toledo has it. Too strong for Schala. Hamonic tries to step into Schala. Prochnow comes across, teeing it up that time, but disdaining the shot is Dawkin. Centering pass attempted, and the Comets able to clear ahead. Soul comes out, steps into Dawkin. Now racing ahead is Thompson. Leaves for Embach. Embach comes across just a little too strong that time for Alberja. End-to-end action as the teams racehorse hockey. Mingo tries to get by his man, but can't. That time, Alberja knew he was going to take a big hit from Leone, but doesn't cough the puck up. Now a little pitch and catch behind the Comet goal. Daniels loses control briefly. Leone dumps it around along the boards near the half wall, kept in that time by Kyle Bushy. Kays look to clear. Thompson has it. Thompson to Daniels. Daniels breaking out with speed. Fine rushing defenseman. Drew Daniels puts a shot, slides past the net into the corner. Embach backhands it to Alberja. Comes back to the point. Daniels. Soul with a one-timer. Doesn't get much lumber on it at all. It was kind of a bouncing biscuit. Thompson in the corner. The Comets have a great forecheck going on here in period 2. Embach in the slot. Can't get past his defender, Nightingale. Soul with another one-timer. It whistles wide. Mears will circle. Embach looked to tee it up. Now he just tries to slide it past. Comets with all sorts of pressure here in period number 2. One-timer again. Right on as Saul bidding for his first goal of the season. Lurg with a pad save. Flipped over Saul. Now Cody gathers near his own blue line. Off the boards. Takes the hit that time from Bushy. Nightingale spins, but the Comets intercept briefly. Puck in no man's land. Kyle Bushy That time, Jenks takes the hit from Brock Montgomery. Sidlowski turns, dumps it into the Toledo zone. Just about the midway point of period 2, we are tied at 1 in Toledo. And again, the Comets' great pressure as Sidlowski keep it in. Now it's Sid circling behind the net. Sid to Montgomery. It goes across the goal mouth, and that's steered aside that time by Lurg. Sakura. All sorts of lumber being applied to Southhorn. Kays look to break it out. Montgomery stepped into by Chouinard. Jenks gets it across the slot. Berschbach. Sakura to Jenks. The shot steered aside niftily with the stick that time by Pat Nagel. But again, Toledo pressure. Big shot that time by Schmitz. Goes wide. Chouinard, though, takes the rebound. Just serves it on, and a big glove save by Nagel. And Nagel is taking a look at the referee, saying there are too many people in my crease with the wrong color of jersey. We have a timeout at the Huntington Center. 9:32 to go in period number 2. The Comets and Walleye tied at 1. You're watching My Comets.
Parkview Sports Medicine, and airing exclusively on MyTV Fort Wayne.
Well, Parkview Sports Medicine provides performance and fitness training, advanced rehabilitation services, and nutrition consultations to sports enthusiasts at all levels. You can learn more by calling Parkview Sports Medicine 260-266-4007. And once again, when you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that is part of the PPG Community Care, Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going. Call 877-PPG today to find the First Care location nearest you. Ken Horman here in the Huntington Center, downtown Toledo, Ohio. The Comets and the Walleye tied at 1 here, 9.5 minutes to go in period number 2. The puck back to the point, but just dumped into the corner. So the Kays look to break it out. Sean Sidlowski dumps it behind his own goal. Jordan Southhorn has it. A lot of pressure being applied that time by the Walleye, but the Kays now dump it into the Toledo zone. Garrett Thompson wins the race, beating Schmitz right in front, and Lurg will grab the puck. Well, I talked about in the latter part of the first period where it seemed like the ice was heavily tilted in Toledo's way. Just the opposite here in period number 2, as the Comets have spent the bulk of this period in the Walleye zone. Kashersky wins yet another face-off. They dump it back to Sidlowski. Sidlowski snaps the wrist shot. That goes off of Chouinard. Sidlowski has it again. Another shot is deflected. Now Kashersky shot that one, and that went off of Maxwell. There's another shot. That time it's blocked by Dominic Zombo. So the Comets trying to pepper the net, but a school of Walleye have been in the way, and that time Zombo has to quickly go to the bench. Comes across Sidlowski, takes a look. One-timer by Hamonic, and that looked like it hit Lurg with right in front. Kashersky poised for a rebound. Kays tried his center, but nobody home. Toledo looks to break it out. Dumped in by Gady. He's bumped that time by Southhorn, but Gady keeps the feet moving. Gady was looking to center, but no Walleye in the slot, so Gady tries to wrap it around. Last moment, deflected away. Southhorn comes ahead, flips the puck into the air, and Zarnazan finds it drop right in front of him. Leone takes a shove that time by Hamonic. Now Mears looks to go to center, but a little too strong for Albergia in the transition. Here come the Walleye. That time Mingo slipped the check attempt by Garrett Mears. Big hit that time by Hamonic on Gady. So the physicality is picking up once again here in period 2. Under 8 minutes to go in the second period. Mike Embach bumped by Gady. Now Embach has the puck again, tries to dance through the Toledo defense. Will backhand it around the net. Albergia wins the race. Cannot quite feed it back to the point. Shoved from behind by Nightingale. Comes across. Daniels has the shot, fakes, dances in, and then he has it go off his stick. Maybe one too many stick handles that time. Albergia will sling it around behind the net, poked away by Toledo. Zarnazan tries to step around Embach, kept in though by the Kays. Puck went up into the netting, so we will have a face-off in the Toledo zone. As once again the teams change lines. I talked about this at the top of the broadcast, where this is game 2 of a 5-game road trip for the Comets to start the 2016 portion of their schedule. A couple of big ones against division-leading Quad Cities next Friday and Sunday Then the Comets will wrap up the 5-game roadie on Wednesday, January 13th in Cincinnati. Toledo, which spent the bulk of the first part of the schedule on the road, plays a dozen home games in the month of January. Now the Comets in their own end, banged off the boards where Saul collects. Tries to feed it ahead. Montgomery, hounded by Dockin. Jenks has it at center ice. And he'll just flip it toward the net, and that's a little bit wide. Nagel will leave where Saul has it for the Comets. Sakura putting some pressure on. Dockin pinches in and steps into Montgomery, so that Toledo defense has done a good job of really pinching in and pressuring the Comet forwards. Now there's a scrum in the corner. Very rarely is there a whistle, but nobody is moving their feet, and it's dug out by the Comets. Shafsma moves it ahead to Montgomery. Kays could have numbers, and here comes Thomas breaking in a shot off a lurg. He didn't know where it was, and then he finally smothers it. Great speed by Kyle Thomas. He was able in stride to pick a bouncing puck out of the air and just guide it toward Lurg. It was in his body. He didn't really know where it was. At the last moment saw it and then fell on it. So Thomas, a bit of a breakaway as he out-hustled Andrew Prochnow. Both goaltenders have been very, very sharp. Comets have outshot the Walleye in this period 9-6. Kashirski in for the faceoff. That time it was almost equal between Maxwell and Kashirski. It came off the sideboards, though. Now it's dumped into the Comet zone. No icing, so Nagel plays for the Comets. Southhorn into the boards. Good play by Thompson. Sidlowski now at center. He'll just dump it into the zone and again try to outrace Bo Schmidt. Sidlowski puts the shoulder into him. Helping out on the play is Josh Shalla. Comet forwards have just been all sorts of aggressive, trying to keep the puck pinched in. Garrett Thompson, he's bumped off the play by Schwinnard. Now Schmitz will circle in his own zone. And again, a great forecheck by Sean Sidlowski. Kashirski has it, spins away. Kashirski will lead the break across to Sidlowski on the off wing. Sidlowski tries to center. Kashirski bumps his defender Schmitz off the play. Now it's Shalla back the other way. Stepped into with a great hip check by Hamannik. That slides through the Comet goal mouth as that time Dominic Zombo just tried to feed something on net. Nightingale, a little too strong that time, but poked in by Maxwell. Now Embach has it, tries to work past his defender. Zarnazan pushes Embach off the play, so he has to regather in the neutral zone. Comes across. Albergia rings it around behind the net. Mears leaves for Embach. Embach puts the shot that deflects up into the net. And we have a timeout here with 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the second period. We are tied at 1, the Walleye and the Comets.
TV Fort Wayne, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Well, Toledo has become quite the hockey town. They just announced the attendance here at the Huntington Center as 7,802. That is deemed a sellout. It's their 6th sellout of the season. Obviously their first of 2016 and the 66th total sellout here in the history of the Huntington Center. And there is nary a seat to be had in the building tonight, and the fans have been treated to a good one. 1-0. The longtime rivals, the Comets and Toledo. Daniels pursued by Gady in a race between number 8s. Now in the feet that time of Leonard. He takes the heavy hit that time. That was applied by Kyle Bushy. Kays look to break out 2-on-2. Albergia trying to race to get into the play. Embach with speed leaves it back for Daniels. Daniels takes a look. There's a stick on the ice right now. Comes across, right in front, and Albergia scores. Tremendous play by the Comets. Oh, what passing by the Comets, and Albergia has his second game in as many nights. The Kays take a 2-1 lead. Well, tic-tac-toe passing by the Comets. Albergia with the goal. The time is at 15:32, and the Comets with their first lead of the game. Dominic Albergia, his 5th goal of the season. Well, that looked like something that assistant coach Konstantin Shafronov would draw up. Spectacular play. Mears and Embach on the assist, as Mears with a beautiful centering pass to Albergia. Now the Comets looking for more. Right on, and it bounced off the glove that time of Lurg. Cleared to neutral. Saul feeds it ahead. Weber just dumps it in. Albergia, his 5th goal as a Comet. Mears and Embach the assist. And the K's with a 2-1 lead. Now Shane Birschbach carries it into the Comet zone. It's off the boards. Jenks spins around. Looking to center that time is Toledo. Birschbach dances around a few Comets, comes back to the point. Schmitz cross ice to Schwinnard. Sidlowski rubs him off the play. Back behind the net, looked like it caromed off the official, Howard. And again, Schmitz, who pinched in, fires it off the back of the post. Bo Schmitz. Now to Zombo. Jenks tries to dance around his defender, Southorn. Jenks was bidding for an interference penalty, but Andy Howard says play on. Shaftsma cycles through the zone, leaves it back. Garrett Thompson ahead to Daniels. Daniels, a shot. Oh, it just whistled wide. Maybe got a little bit of the post as it beat him to the stick side. Comets are really carrying the play to Toledo here in period number 2. 3 minutes to go in the period. That's flipped high off the glass. Puck bouncing through the slot. Comes across to Daniels. Daniels tries to center it across that time to Kashirski breaking in, but intercepted by the Walleye. What pressure by the Comets as they just keep pouring it on. Sidlowski to Daniels. Daniels deep in the corner. Kashirski tries to feed it out. That caroms off a Walleye, and the race is on. Daniels will win it as he comes across to Curtis Leonard. Leonard at center. Kashirski, a backhand pass neatly on the stick of Thompson. His drive again into the body of Lurg, and it was behind him. But the whistle blew. Well, Andy Howard lost sight of the puck as the puck squirted through the body of Jeff Lurg and just sat in the crease. 2:23 to go here in period number 2. The Comets have netted a pair of goals to take a 2-1 lead. Albergia on the draw. Now Mears jousting with Zarnazan behind the net. Garrett Mears is just hustle on skates, trying to dig it out. Nightingale stepped into with authority by Albergia. Quick shot that time by Embach, and it steered aside. Of course, Mike Embach, the reigning ECHL Player of the Week. He has been on fire lately. Weber giving his man a rough ride as he takes Mingo heavily into the boards. Puck pops out. Albergia, Embach ahead to Saul, who's breaking in from the defense. Saul, can he get it deep? Well, Mingo just rings it around the boards to Jared Nightingale. Comes out to Dejan Mingo. Mingo at the neutral zone will dump it in. Now Toledo going for a line change. Nagel can't quite control, but good news for the Comets. Toledo had not completed the change, so there wasn't much pressure. Racing in now, it's Kyle Thomas. Thomas shoved off the play that time by Dockin, and there will be a Toledo penalty. This will be the first penalty of the game on the Walleye, and I'm not sure really that Dockin did much of anything. Thomas was racing in with speed and maybe lost an edge, but it'll be the first Toledo penalty, and I think they're going to call boarding. So Derek Lalonde, the Toledo coach, can't believe it. Comets will take it. First penalty of the night called on the Walleye, and we're deep into the second period, and it comes at 18:38. It is a boarding call against Derek Dockin. The Comets go on the power play where they have been all sorts of proficient at 25%. Toledo, though, immediately clears. Well, how big would a Comet power play goal come right now? And the K's have been scoring power play goals at will lately, 9 straight games. Kashirski through the slot. Montgomery didn't quite see it till the last minute. Now he runs it down in the corner. Thompson with good pursuit. Out muscles Jenks. Sent along the boards where Kashirski takes a big hit that time by Schwinnard. Comets making it difficult for the Walleye to clear. Now Garrett Thompson has it. Brock Montgomery back to the point. Southhorn takes a look. Wrist shot. They look to try to just carom it through people. Toledo tries to chip it out, and Jenks is able to do it as he lunges. But there is a whistle on the play. So the faceoff comes back into the Toledo zone with 30 seconds left in period 2. Comets have taken a 2-1 lead over the Walleye. Out shooting them 11-6 so far in the period. And the draw squirts right on toward goal. Lurg just sticks it aside. And the hustling Zarnazan clears it. Max Gady looked like he lost an edge on his skate as he was trying to race in on the forecheck. Probably the final rush of the period. Daniels to Mears. Mears can't split the defense. Nightingale will rip it off the boards. Nagel quickly races out to try to give the Comets one last shot. Inside the final 10 seconds, Albergia rings it around the boards. Thomas races in, dumps it behind, down to the final 2-1, and that will do it for period 2. But a period that was indeed controlled by the Comets as they outshoot the Walleye in the period 12-6, and they score 2 goals to take a 2-1 lead. So the K's lead 2-1 after 2 periods of play here in Toledo. We'll take a break and we'll recap the game so far